Oh.
Are the cameras on or ready to go? Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, you ready? Yep. All right, let's go. Hey everybody, I'm sitting down today with vocalist, educator, woodwind extraordinaire, friend, and somebody I look up to very much in the music industry in upstate New York for many reasons. Her name is Jeanine Ouderkirk.
Thank you.
Jeanine and I will be presenting a concert on Sunday, September 28th, at the newest Alias Coffee in Albany, New York. That's at 76 North Pearl Street in Albany, New York. That will be, again, on Sunday, September 28th from 6 to 7:30. And that concert will feature Luke Franco on guitar, Ian McDonald on the piano, James Robbins on the bass, myself on the drums and cymbals, and my good friend, Miss Jeanine Ouderkirk. Welcome, Jeanine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm excited. As you know, the Troy Alias is undergoing reconstruction, which is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just went and saw the brand new floor.
Ooh.
I just saw the brand new framing that went up for the new bathrooms.
Nice.
You can barely walk through the performance room at all. It looks like a giant storage closet, but that's okay.
Yep.
Because that's temporary. However, there is another Alias, and that one is in Albany, New York, and it is equally as stimulating in its own unique way. And I just did a show there for my 50th birthday, and it sold out. It oversold. The room sounded great.
That's
the
awesome.
reception was amazing. It was really a thrilling experience to be in that new facility. It's very clean and organized. All the furniture matches. There's already pre-lighting in there, so you can mess with the lighting. So it was for me, it was a very exciting time in a new space to create this atmosphere for people to come in and check out another Alias, you know. And now we're bringing you in to feature your exquisite voice, your soulful voice, on our second, what I hope will be a long, very long series of monthly events. And I would like to pick your brain a little bit about not only this particular performance, but also maybe if you could tell some people about the evolution of your career a little bit, where you're kind of at now, and what your vision is for yourself in the near future. You know, if you wouldn't mind. I know that's kind of a heavy load, but I think from my perspective, I've actually never had a long, in-depth conversation with you about those topics. And
Sure.
I've played with you, and I've come out to see you, and I know. Let me just say one thing. I gotta say this. The first time I ever met you or heard you was when you were playing flute with
Oh.
James Gascoigne
Okay.
at the Circus Cafe in Saratoga.
All right.
So I believe our relationship and my understanding of what you actually are contributing to the scene as a whole has evolved immensely. So I'm curious to know from your perspective
Sure.
how you view that evolution, where you see yourself, and kind of where you're going now, because you have a very strong vision for yourself, as I found out. You know, you're very forward. I appreciate it.
I have my convictions about certain things.
Yes, you have a lot of conviction. I think you have to as an artist. I also like your strength. You don't let anybody walk all over you, and you ask questions when they're necessary, and you impose yourself on situations that I think are very relevant, where you should know the details and you should know the information. And I think that's a really important part of becoming a fulfilled and a complete artist. So how did you get there?
Well, my first job in music was when I was in 10th grade, and I got to play in a pit orchestra, and I got to play bari sax, flute, and clarinet. And it was at Cafe Lena, and it was in their
Wow.
black box theater.
In 10th grade?
In 10th grade, and you know, it was a lot of the situation where you always need someone who plays multiple instruments. It's not as common. And I just said, yes, absolutely. And so we did 12 performances, and I was paid $100 for the total of the 12.
Okay.
And it was probably still my favorite paycheck to date because it was the first. And it started all of this, really. That was carrying a bari sax up those narrow stairs of the old Cafe Lena. 12 times plus probably 5 rehearsals.
That's a lot.
But it was backing up a high school. It was the Waldorf school.
Oh.
Their high school was putting on a show, and I just happened to be somebody who wanted to do this work.
I love it. So how did that get you to this point?
I ended up going to college for music. I knew I needed to do music in some way, and I went to college at Crane School of Music for bass clarinet and education. And yep. So and at the time it was strategic. I was mostly a bass clarinet player, but I knew that the odds of me getting into a school like that were a lot higher on an instrument that was very specialized if it was needed.
Or oboe, oboe.
Well, and I'm not going to go that route.
No, I'm just saying there's always room for oboe and bass clarinet.
I tried the oboe. The oboe's
or
not
French
for me.
horn. Those are the 3.
French horn is beautiful.
You want to get into a college? Play one of those.
So then after I graduated, I realized I probably wouldn't be able to play music regularly if I was still only playing bass clarinet.
Of course.
And I had done a little singing, a little bit of backup singing in high school, a little bit of backup singing in college. And then I said, well, I've heard jazz singers and I play jazz. I'm just going to try it. And that was all after college. So I did do 1 semester actually at William Patterson.
Did you really?
Yep.
For what?
For vocal jazz.
Really?
So
see, I don't know these things, people.
Yeah,
this is why we get together.
This is why we got to tell. It's a long story, Joe. Nobody really knows my whole story.
No, I think this is fantastic because, first of all, I had absolutely no idea that you played bass clarinet. I had no idea you went to Crane. I've known you for however long. I don't even know, years. And I thought you were always a singer. It seemed to me like you're one of the most natural. Now, I lived in New York City, and I played with a lot of famous singers. I hung out with Kurt Elling. I didn't play with him, but I hung out with him. I've played with Dina DeRose. I've played with Rosanna Vitro. I used to back up these singers all the time at these sessions. And, if I have to say if I have to pick one thing about how you approach it, I would say a lot of the people I've had to play with, they're great singers, but I can tell that they learned how to sing. I feel like you just sing. It's such a natural experience for you. I can't imagine you coming to it late.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
Well, I think because I came to it late and it was so joyful when I finally sort of was doing it, that's the reason I've never stopped doing it. So I'll never stop singing because I only discovered it kind of in my almost 20s. I was really 20. But what I would say about the idea of learning how to sing versus just hearing someone sing, I spent so much time doing so much technical work as a woodwind player. I also have taken piano lessons since I was 10, and I'm also mostly a pianist outside of singing. I love reading music. When I got into singing, it was a chance to walk away from that way of thinking.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like that way of study was helping me improvise on instruments. So I was looking for where am I finally going to be able to feel free and improvise. And singing is where it's at. I recommend it to all instrumentalists. It's really a lot of fun.
Well, I've said this recently. I said it to you personally. I've expressed this to the community as and I'm not saying you know me. I'm not one to compliment anybody. I'm a pretty serious guy. I'm pretty type A. I don't throw around compliments. But I would say that for my personal taste, I would put you up there with my 5 favorite singers alive. Specifically in the jazz.
That's a lot of pressure.
I don't think it's any pressure. No, I'm
just kidding.
I would feel totally comfortable paying $35 to hear you sing down at Mesereau in New York City, or I could see you singing at Smoke, or any of the major clubs in New York City, because your voice fills the space and you have such a presence on the bandstand. and your pitch is incredible, which drives me absolutely bananas when I hear a singer and they're really pitchy, like they move up or down to the note. They didn't get to the note. It's like, I think you have to internalize the melody so strongly that you don't even have to sing the right pitch. You can find a pitch in the scale that you want to sing on that melody, and it'll fit in perfectly. So for me, the presence combined with the tone, combined with the pitch, all that stuff together, it creates a complete instrument. Because I don't look at, you're not singing, you're an instrument.
Sure.
This thing is an instrument.
Yes.
You know, somebody said to me the other day, they're asking me about gear yesterday. I was at Guitar Center. Somebody asked me about gear. I said, I am the gear. I don't care about gear. This is the gear. I have the gear right here. If this can't play it, none of this other stuff matters. You understand? It's right inside of you.
And actually, it's funny because even when it does involve instruments, I find that's true. And I always played school instruments growing up because bass, clarinet, bari, sax, they're just too big to invest in when you're a beginner. And so when I got into crane, and I was in probably my 4th week of lessons, and my teacher said, "What mouthpiece are you playing on? What is this?" And when he looked at it, he's like, "This is like a $30 mouthpiece. Like, we can get you something better." But like, my sound was my air. It wasn't so much about the mouthpiece. It wasn't so much about, you know, the instrument, because it's really the air that is the instrument, whether you're a singer or a wind player. So
I think it is you. I did this gig with Jeremy Gold, the saxophonist Jeremy Gold, on Friday night right out here on the street. We are by the way, folks, we are at the Tavern at Lucas Confectionery in Troy, New York, doing this interview right now. And I did play a gig with Jeremy Gold on the street on Friday night, and he was playing soprano on a song. And at the end of the gig, I said, "Man, I really dug your soprano sound. What soprano are you using?" And he started laughing. And I said, "What are you laughing about?" He goes, "Bro, I just bought this on Temu for like $200. And I went, "What?"
Yep.
I said, "I would have never known. I would have thought it was like a Selmer or something." And he's like, "No, man, it's me. I'm the instrument, you know? It's the way you play it."
It's so true. The identity of the player tends to come through regardless of just the gear.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Parker recorded live at Massey Hall on a plastic alto. So I don't think it matters, you know what I mean? So we've gotten through the college phase and why you're singing now. That's wonderful to know. I'm really shocked that you got to this late. I mean, I didn't start playing jazz until I was 22. Or something like that, or 21 when I got into Schenectady Community College. I was playing heavy metal.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. So I had something to get out. So
well, I think jazz is that for me.
So fast forward to recent years today, and I'm not gonna. I don't like to hear about my future, because you don't know what's gonna happen. But the near future does matter, because you can sort of plan the next year out, right?
Yeah, you can start to see.
So things start to, especially as you get older. Things start to unfold in a way where you kind of start to have a feeling inside of you of not what you want to do, but what you need to do.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gravitating for a certain reason.
The clay is being molded. You know, the vision is coming. So even if it's just selfish for me to know, I would like to know kind of what is in your head right now, and what do you think the future looks like in regards to maybe the next 12 months?
Sure. I have been really enjoying, I'm a teacher, so a lot of my schedule is dictated by school, but I'm very lucky that I don't teach on Friday. And so I am trying to branch out a bit more. Hopefully, I want to do a show in New York. I actually was able to sing and play bari for the first time at the Bitter End in May with a band that I'm in. It's called Saturdag, and it's my friend Mowgli who writes the music and leads it, based in Vermont. So I would like to do a show in New York. And
jazz?
Yeah.
Singing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's what I
you let me
would
know.
like to do.
I can probably hook that
But also just more concerts. I did a concert yesterday at Porch Fest with my my group that I co-lead with Caitlin Faye and Tyler Thomas.
Nice.
We call ourselves the Vocal Jazz Vanguard. And it's very like Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross, a la, or like New York Voices. We do some of their arrangements. And I still play bari sax if anyone needs a sub in their big band. Or if you need someone in a pit orchestra, I would love to get back to that work. And speaking of that, you're going to be playing in my pit orchestra for my
I can't wait.
St. Gregory School production, which will be at the end of March. And we're going to do Godspell. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be playing piano, and it'll be my students in the cast. And so as I even start to talk, it's hard to imagine focusing just on my own jazz singing, because there's so many things that I love to do musically, and that's probably why it's taken me almost 20 years to record an album. But it's recorded, it's done, and you can stream it.
Well, greatness needs time to marinate. It's like a good meal. You know, it takes time. You know, my little girl's running around right now. That's kind of my major focus in life is my daughter. Everything else is second, including music. She's number one.
Yeah.
So that has come with a lot of sacrifices, which I'm happy to do, and a lot of days where I can't practice, and you know, it's been difficult because I want to be at a certain level and I want to be doing certain things. So what I'm trying to do right now is just navigate that. Is like, okay, how many days a month can I be out of town? How many days a month do I feel comfortable having my mother or somebody watching my daughter? You know, I'm trying to navigate that myself. It's like, and with I got a teaching gig. You know, I'm doing Monday through Friday. So just scheduling wise, just to be able to find the time to squeeze in, even if it's just for a half hour. Everything that you want to be doing is very difficult. But what I'd really like for you to offer whoever decides to watch this, I hope thousands of people all over the world.
At least my mom might watch it
She'll
1,000
definitely
times.
watch. She
so.
will. And hit
Hi,
that like button and subscribe. You know, but what is your take for yourself, not for anyone else? What is your take on vocal jazz, and when you present a concert, what is it that you hope? We can't demand it, it's up to them. Their experience is their experience, but what in your spirit do you hope the audience leaves feeling, knowing, and all, you know, everything that you get from a performance, the visual, the audible, the feeling inside your soul. What is it that you try to present, or you want to present, or what kind of quality do you want to put out there of the music where you hope the audience leaves feeling a specific way? What is it? What's your vision for it?
Sure. I'm going to try to break it down, I think, in 3 or 4 parts.
Okay.
Because I could think of a few things as we were going. First thing, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I was at the jam, and one of my students at school, their parent said, "My son saw that you were playing at Alias, and he said, I already have it on the calendar." I think it's important for our youth to see their teachers as people that go out and perform, performers as people who teach them. So that's important to me. And I love that it's on a Sunday and it's at a time where my students can attend. Because of that, it is a family-friendly, all-age.
That was on purpose.
What?
That's on purpose.
That's on purpose. It's on purpose. It's not always that way. If you see me some other time of day, it may be different. But
I want kids there.
I want kids there. I want young folks just seeing people who are truly passionate about what they do, doing it. I don't care if they go home and do something else passionately, but if it's inspiring to them, that's exciting for me. And beyond the kids, especially with the improvising, because I know some people think that must be so scary. It must be so vulnerable to do that. I could never do that. But I was at another show and someone came up to me and they said, "That thing you do," they were talking about the scatting, that's what goes through my head when I'm sitting at a red light.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you just have to like open your mouth then and it all comes out. And so it's really an invitation to especially adults who may feel somehow blocked creatively.
Ooh, I like that.
Because I think that there's something about the being in the moment, and that really goes back to one of my teachers who I hold dear, which is Bobby McFerrin. And I went out and I flew to California this summer and I saw him sing and improvise live, and it was wonderful. But I had a great experience with him. I was at a camp for a week, and I got a chance to improvise a duet with Bobby McFerrin.
Wow, jeez.
And
is that recorded?
I don't think so.
No video, no nothing?
There probably someone has it, but
that would be wonderful.
Well, no, because wait till you hear the story. So we're sitting in two chairs. We're almost knee to knee, my favorite, and we each have a microphone, even though we're knee to knee, because the whole room, so that we can sing softly or whatever. And he says, okay, you can go ahead and start. And I started, and I thought, you know, it was sounding very like Bach. I liked it, what I came up with. And he stopped me, and I was like, this might be the end. Everything may be over right at this moment. And he said, you were thinking of that before you sat in this chair.
Ooh.
And I said, how did you know that? And that was when I realized you can tell. You can tell if something musically that comes out of someone is extremely premeditated or in the moment.
Yep.
And usually it's somewhere in the middle, and that's fine. But when I'm improvising, at the very least, I want to be in the moment. And when I'm in the moment, I feel like if I'm in a room full of people, everyone is there with me. So I just love the feeling of everyone being all in the same place for just that brief amount of time.
I like that. I mean, I gravitate away from certain players, especially the older I get. No names.
Sure, yeah.
Famous guys, because everything they're playing is deliberate. And to me, it exercises their ability to navigate their way through a set of changes, chord changes, and it also shows their proficiency on the mechanical part of the instrument, but they are absolutely unable to expose their soul or their true identity. It's like they're hiding. They're hiding behind the mechanics of the instrument. They're unwilling to make a mistake. They're unwilling to play the wrong note. They're unwilling to get to a place where they're going to have to climb out of it. And my favorite saxophone player on planet Earth is Stacy Dillard. I mean, everybody knows this. I've been hiring him forever. He's on all my records, all my recent records. It's because he is the exact opposite. He refuses to play any pre-existing lick. He will only play what's in his head when the song starts. Like,
Yeah.
I
can relate to that.
It's crazy. I have almost never in my life played with anybody like that. Ralph LaLama is kind of like that. I think Joe Lovano is like that, J.D. Allen. But there's very few. There's very few that I can name, maybe 20 or 30 guys that I've met or that are alive today where I can say they're truly improvising in that moment and they're unapologetic about it. And I love it.
Yeah.
It also sets the tone for the rest of the band and allows them the opportunity to feel confident in exploring that for themselves. You know, I think backing up a vocalist though, especially, you throw some curveballs. Like you'll start trading with the drummer. I think one time you just wanted to play. It was just duo. You stopped the rest of the band. It might have been a few years ago or something, and it was just me and you. And I don't know a lot of singers that have confidence to do that. Like they feel like they can control that time so strongly that takes a lot of confidence to be able to say, you know what, I don't need anybody to guide me. You know?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, this is my 16th year gigging in this area, and I can't really think of too many breaks that I've taken other than during the pandemic.
Right.
So I see it as just like I have had a million chances to go through these motions, and obviously, as you know from gigs, like a million different circumstances that we deal with. That now it's like, it's just got to be fun. If I'm not having fun, I might just as well walk away, walk right off the stand.
Well, if I can share some, if you don't mind, I want to share the instructions that you gave me, like this in the last week. I was asking for the music, and
I do give a lot of instructions. I'm also a teacher, so.
Well, this is going to be very specific. You were like, look, I don't know what I'm going to sing. I will figure that out. But what I want the band to show up, be in it. I don't want anybody knowing exactly what they're going to do. I want it to be spontaneous. I want the energy to be right. You said if I pre-plan everything, the spark leaves. It's not there. That spontaneity, the spark leaves. And I'm just saying, having played with so many singers, that is such a rare it's a rare experience for me where they didn't pre-plan everything, because I think vocalists tend to want to be a little safer. They want to make sure that there's a limited amount of space for mistakes. And you're like, I am going to embrace every mistake or everything that's not perfect. I'm not going to lock everybody down and handcuff them. And I was like, it's like a little scary, and it's also super exciting. I think that says a lot about, again, I wanted to know more about where you're at now, and that kind of tells me a little bit where you're at now. You really want to explore. You really want to be in the moment and not be guided by this. Would you say this preconceived or this premeditated
just
idea?
Planning.
Yeah. Like, we still don't have the music, right? And like, no, I said, when you sent me that text, I went and I sat in my classroom for a minute, and I was like, at first I'm like, and then I was like, well, hold on a second, Barna. I said, you don't even give the music to the musicians beforehand anymore. Like, you just hand them a book at the gig, even if it's small. Dude, I just played at Smalls for my 50th birthday to a sold-out audience, and nobody knew what we were going to play. Yeah. And I just handed the books out.
That's perfect.
And it was awesome. And I was like, no, that's what she's doing. Like, and that's what's going to make it fun.
Yeah, I think that what I was thinking about on the way here, I was like, oh yeah, I haven't sent any of the music yet.
It's okay.
I was like, oh, I have to talk about that.
It's okay.
But part of it is that I have to go through singing the songs that, like, this weekend, I think I sang 50 songs out.
A lot.
Now that I've sung them all and they're out of me, now I know what's still there that I have to still express. And sometimes there will probably be a song that I don't decide until Saturday and say, hey, can you just add this one too?
No, I think it's smart. I think you're doing the right thing.
So it's just keeping all of the songs relevant to me, and also, because I also play a lot of instruments, I realize that I have the most flexibility as the singer to frame everything that happens on the bandstand.
100%.
Including,
you're a conductor. You're the conductor.
Including listening to the solos. And this is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. I really don't like when a singer doesn't look at and listen to the soloist. I mean, I might not look right at you the whole time, but I want to show you that I'm paying attention.
Respect.
And then I might be thinking about something, but I'm in it as much. And I think that comes from my experience in wind bands, pit orchestras, everything. I might be playing a part where I sit and rest for 40 measures, but I still need to be in the music, even in me contributing only silence. I'm still listening. And that's the biggest thing I feel that the singer can do, is that they can pay attention to everything and in the moment. And once it happens, I never think about it again.
I want to give one little anecdote before we finish this up and talk about the show next week. because you are also a bari player. One of my close friends is Gary Simolian.
One of my favorite bari players.
Who I've been talking on the phone with recently. Yeah. He's going to come up and we're going to do 2 nights, hopefully maybe do a recording. You sat in with him a couple years ago. And it's not the clip that you were in, but on that night, for those of you who don't know Gary, he's got like 10 Grammys. He's been voted the last 11 or 12 years in a row Downbeat Magazine greatest baritone saxophone player in the world. Like
I got to know him as the bari player in Dave Holland Big Band. And as a big band player, that was, he was who I wanted to sound like.
Yes, he's pretty serious. So I take his criticisms, I take his opinions, I take his perspective, all of his life experience to heart when he speaks to me. And on that night, you sat in with him, okay? We got done with the set. I don't know if I told you this. He walks over to me, he goes, Barna. I said, what? He goes, come here. I walked over here, and he, he's kind of short, and he just leans up to me, he goes, who the heck is that singer? I said, that's Jeanine. He goes, she's unbelievable.
Oh, thank you for telling me.
So,
wow.
When you have the endorsement of people such as that, I think, I don't like that, I'm just saying this for the record, I wrote a whole news article about it. I hate being called a local drummer. Local refers to where I sleep. It doesn't refer to my mind, okay? I'm a global musician. I'll play in Japan. I've played all over the world. I've been in 24 countries. I happen to reside here to raise my daughter. I think local is a state of mind, and I don't feel in my mind that I am a local musician. I don't feel you're a local singer. I can guarantee you this. Mark my words, people, I'm saying this, and Spike Wilner, if you watch this, okay, I'm going to endorse her to play at Smalls. The minute that you get the opportunity to play in these more established venues outside of the capital region, everybody will realize that you are not a local vocalist anymore. It's going to be very obvious. You may live here, but your ability to manipulate your instrument, which is your voice, is at the level of anybody I've ever heard. And I think you're just missing that moment, that opportunity right now. But once it happens, I think it's going to open up a world of opportunity and a world of experience that is well-deserved, well-earned.
Thank you.
Okay? I believe in you. I love listening to you sing. And it's been a lot of fun to hang out this summer and have you around the session and just be a part of what's happening. So that's why I felt compelled to get you on the next show, because this is going to turn into something. This venue is awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? This is the other thing too. My favorite scenario is, here's my 2 favorite scenarios. Organ trio and backing up a vocalist. Okay? Everybody thinks it's band leading. No, it's not band leading. I band lead out of necessity. I have to, because I don't really get hired by anybody. So I have to band lead if I want a gig. But what I really like to do is play with singers. I've always liked it. When I was in New York, every Monday and every Wednesday, I went to the vocal jam sessions. That's where I didn't go to Smalls. I went to them on the weekend. But during the week, I went to the vocal jams because I love playing brushes too.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you're playing at these other jam sessions, if you take out your brushes, you get yelled at, which is, I thought was very weird.
Yeah.
But they want the energy way up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Right. They don't want to play a ballad. They don't want to hear brushes. So I took every opportunity to go to these vocal jams and meet some incredible singers. I've gotten to hang out with a lot of wonderful musicians, pianists, Billy Test, Matt Wilson, all these other guys that were going to the vocal jams. And I think that, more than anything, taught me about using dynamics in different situations. With my band, we play pretty hard. I like to hit pretty hard. But what I love to do, and my daughter will tell you too, I'm always playing the brushes at home. I want to play brushes. I like playing where there's a lot of swirling sound and there's kind of like a mysterious nature to the music, and you can get all these little things off the cymbals and stuff like that. So I personally love it, which is why I was like, okay, I need to start incorporating more vocalists into these shows. Not because I want to play with them, but I just think it's a necessity. I'd like to get Samara Joy up here if I could. I'd like to get, there's a multitude of people that I know in New York that I would like to create an opportunity for them. So people don't have to pay $100 to go to like Troy Music Hall or something, which I love these rooms.
Yeah.
Thank God for Troy Music Hall. Thank God for these venues. I love them. They're timeless, but there's something about being in a small, intimate space where there's nothing else there but the room and the music. It's more of a hang. It's like a living room environment.
I was actually going to say something about that. It's unique to be able to attend a concert that is in a more relaxed environment like that. And it shouldn't be that unique, because who wouldn't want to attend a concert in a comfortable, relaxed setting? And I also love all of these venues that you've mentioned.
I love them.
But I think that we can make music even more accessible.
I think we need a downtown Manhattan version up here. We need a version of the downtown scene up here, which is where I think my role as a producer, whatever you want to call it, I think that's where my strength lies, in trying to bring that energy up here. Because I did live in New York and I went to school down there, and I want to bring that here. I've made a lot of connections, and I understand. I've worked in these clubs as an employee. I worked at Smalls. I was a bar back. I was the front door manager at Mez Row. So I had to hang out with all these guys and take care of them. Guys like Ron Carter and Kurt Elling and all these guys, But well, let's talk about next Sunday. If you had to pinpoint, what is it that people can expect when they come out next Sunday night to hear this fantastic quintet?
Right now, what I'm hearing in my head is some pretty joyful tunes.
I love it.
I'm in the mood for a little bit of joy at the end of this busy month. I think we were both saying it's been a really busy month, which is a good thing, but we got to balance, the body with what we can do. So bringing lots of joy, a lot of amazing solos. I'm really excited to hear Ian and Luke play together. I'm really excited to sing with James again. It's going to be, I think, my second time singing with him.
By the way, James was very excited when I called him for this gig. He's like, Jeanine, right? He goes, oh yeah, I'll definitely do it.
Oh,
so you have the respect of people outside of this community, just so you know, even if you don't realize it, because maybe you're not in their circle, but they know who you are and they appreciate what you're bringing. So, to have him come up, drive 3 hours and 20 minutes or whatever on a Sunday evening to play, because he wants to do it.
I know, I really appreciate that. And I actually, in this busy week, I got called to sub for conducting a group, which I don't think I was probably the best person for the job, but I signed up for it because it was the SEO Jazz Ensemble, and really talented high school kids. And I thought, they're gonna say, why is this singer leading this group? And so I brought my bari sax just in case.
Just to show.
To show. But I thought, one of the kids said, no offense, but who are you and why are you here? And I was like, it's okay, like your teacher's not here and I'm just filling in. But then one of the kids, who's a drummer, came in, he said, are you the singer from 518 Craft? And I was like, I was so happy that one of them had already interacted with me out in the scene, and
I love it.
It was really neat. And he was the one that has gone to the jams, and I mentioned the jam to the other students, and they didn't even know what I was talking about, but I started the conversation.
I love it. So we're gonna make people feel good. I look at it as an opportunity for some spiritual recovery.
Yes, I think also the thing about singing, obviously we're working with lyrics. For some people, lyrics hit so much harder. Yeah. And I think it's a chance to just embody just feelings, to feel some feelings.
Get close to yourself and engage with others. And if I want to end my portion of this, and you can give a little shout out if you want, or whatever you want to say at the end, but I can't express this enough. I've wrote paper. You've read some of my articles, right?
Yes.
I'm very, very clear. I have a lot of clarity in my life right now, and I know exactly what I want to do, who I want to do it with, and where I want to do it. And a lot of that has come from walking away from music in July of 2024, almost for a full year, to be around my daughter more and just think about what is actually important in this lifetime. And what I've come to realize is whether it's a family member, a musician, a club, Bill Stern, who's recording this for us, friends, if I have to say what is number one on the list of importance in life, it's cultivating organic, honest, and transparent relationships. Number one. I think your relationships dictate your outcome. And if you're putting yourself in toxic situations, you're going to have a toxic outcome. If you engage in positive situations, you'll have a positive outcome. And that's what I've made the commitment to do. So I don't produce these shows. I've barely, let's say, I started this when? November 22nd of 2022. Okay, it'll be 3 years in November. I've gotten paid about 4 or 5 times in 3 years. I don't do this for me. I do this for the people that are there. I do it for the community. I do this for artists that need a space where they're able to actually come in without televisions, people getting drunk, people hitting on girls, hitting on guys, fights, the bar scene. This is an opportunity to get out of the clubs that are charging, $75. We only charge $20 to $40 for these shows, which I think is a steal. And we put out food.
Yeah.
So this, for me, it's not a labor of love. It's a commitment to my community, and it's a commitment to making sure that people have an alternative to things that they either don't feel comfortable doing or just simply cannot afford. I want to give that back because I'm going to die someday. We're all going to be dead someday, And the only thing that matters is, what did you do before that day? Okay? Did you make the world better, or did you make it worse? Okay? And that's where my head is at right now.
Yeah.
That's my long-term goal. I want to leave this planet knowing that I did everything I could to make it better. Okay? Even if it's in a small community. I don't know what the future holds. I could live in, Beirut in the next 5 years. I have no idea, but, right now my commitment is to make the experience for those around me better. So that's where I'm at. So if you wouldn't mind, could you give just a little sign off?
Sure.
Where's your head at?
Well, I did mention I'm a teacher, and some of the ages that I teach are 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds. And I've just watched them have their first music class ever.
It's pretty
Some
awesome,
of
right?
It's pretty awesome. And every year that I do it, it gets more awesome because, I can do it hopefully better each year. But the way they are just sort of instantly filled with light when they are doing music, it reminds me that really, what is music? It's vibrations. And I just want to put out the good vibes. And most of the time they do come right back. So this is a cycle that I want to be in, which is I want to sing my heart out. I was going to say sing my ass off, but someone mentioned that. Someone said that to me earlier, but for a second I was like, I'm not at school.
Imagine you're singing and that happens and you're like, oh, hold on, I got to pick that up.
Yeah. But, my philosophy is I try not to leave anything on the table, whether it's something that I'm doing for 5 minutes at school or a concert with the whole community.
Yeah.
I want to give everything I have, and I know that the band is all the same way. So I think it's just going to be an incredible night.
Well, the band, I'll say one last time, we got Luke Franco on guitar, who I just played with last night. He sounded unbelievable. And there's a clip on Instagram.
I got to play with him on Wednesday.
He said it was a great, he said last night, he said he really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I played with Ian last night. Ian has been accompanying singers in New York for 30 years. He has a lot of experience backing up singers. He knows exactly what to do and when to do it. That's going to be very exciting. James Robbins is not only one of my best friends, but and I don't think it's just my opinion. I think the world's realizing he's probably one of the greatest bass players alive right now. He's doing things physically and musically that I have probably never heard outside of Niels Henning, Ørsted Pedersen, Christian McBride, Lynn Seaton, a few guys. He's playing at a level that is like almost unheard of on an acoustic bass. And besides that, the technical prowess, the dude can just like lay it down and like make that thing groove, man. So he's an anomaly, you know, and he's just a wonderful dude to be around. And he wears the hippest sweaters and hats ever, right? So, but it is a stacked band of guys that have relationships with each other. We've played together. All of them have a lot of experience playing with singers, and I think with you leading this group and knowing the music and the energy that you like to put into it, I think everybody there is going to leave feeling very happy that they made the choice to be there. Yes, we can get, if you want to purchase tickets, you can go to eventbrite.com, look up Jeanine Ouderkirk Quintet. You can go to Facebook. There's an invite on Facebook. You can look on Instagram. You can DM me. You can get in contact with Jeanine. We will take Venmo if you do not believe in going through ticket sites. If you want to do cash at the door, that is fine. Traveler's checks, we'll take the yen, we'll take your EBT card, we'll take anything you have that'll
maybe
get you
even food.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
even, we'll see. But we want you to be there. I know Jeanine would like to be there. It's going to be a great show. The space is amazing. Go to Troy Jazz Videos on YouTube. If you've gotten to the end of this video, I highly recommend you go to Troy Jazz Videos on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. There's a couple brand new videos up there of our latest performance with my quintet featuring Greg Glassman on trumpet, Stacy Dillard on saxophone, John Esposito on piano, and James Robbins on bass. You get a feel for the room. You get a feel for the sound of the room. You get to see the setup. It's the two most recent videos. So go to Troy Jazz Videos, check that out. Thank you, Bill Stern, for once again conducting this experience for us and allowing us the avenue to get this out to the masses through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all other social medias. We do appreciate him. Look up Bill Stern too, William Stern. He's done a lot of great stuff that I've gotten hip to recently. I feel honored to be in his presence, believe me. So anyway, thank you, Jeanine. This has been awesome. It's always supposed to be 15 minutes. We're probably at around 40 because I'm crazy. But I love to... 50 minutes. Well, I can't help it because I don't prepare for these.
Yeah.
I have no notes. I don't know what I'm going to ask. I don't know what I have no idea. I come here, I feel the energy.
Just the way I like it.
And I said if I prepare for this too, Janine's going to not be happy.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
If you see a piece of paper. But we hope you can make it. Thank you so much.
Thank
I appreciate it. It's been a lovely experience. And we will see you next Sunday, the 28th, at Alias in Albany, 76 North Pearl Street. Doors open at 5:30. Make sure you're there. You're going to have a great time. Thank you so much. There.
All right.
Isn't it easy? Just flow, man.
Yeah.